Police confirms arrest of Ghost Agency DG Adeniyi Adeyemi. Lawmaker tells federal government to take full possession of Old Oyo National Park. Bangkok bar fire, death toll rises to 30. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on the news around the world on BCOS television. I am Ifeoluwa Olaoye. The self-acclaimed Director General of the controversial Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council, Adeniyi Adeyemi, has been arrested by the Nigerian police force in Osun few hours after a federal high court in Abuja issued a bench warrant for his arrest. The intelligence response team from Abuja arrested Adeniyi in his hideout in Osun. He is likely to be transferred to Abuja later today. His arrest came hours after Justice Mohammed Umar of the Federal High Court in Abuja ordered his arrest following his failure to appear for arraignment over alleged conspiracy, forgery, and impersonation. The prosecution alleged that Adeyemi operated the purported Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council, an organization the presidency has maintained does not exist. President Bola Tinubu has transmitted to the House of Representatives a bill seeking to amend the 1999 Constitution to provide the legal framework for the establishment of state police across the country. The bill marks the most significant restructuring of Nigeria's policing architecture since the return of democratic rule in 1999. Reading the letter during today's plenary by the Speaker, Tinubu said the bill seeks to create a constitutional pathway for the establishment of state police services to strengthen Nigeria's response to growing security challenges. According to the President, the proposed legislation builds on previous work already undertaken by the House of Representatives on the issue, while introducing additional safeguards to ensure the effective operation of a dual policing system. The President described the legislation as a critical aspect of his administration efforts to reorganize the country's security architecture and appealed to lawmakers to accord it speedily legislative consideration. The United States mission in Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening bilateral relations through educational and professional exchange programs, saying investments in people continue to deliver lasting benefits for both Nigeria and the United States. The mission said Nigerian beneficiaries of U.S.-sponsored exchange programs had returned home with new skills, wider professional networks, and a renewed commitment to promoting good governance, entrepreneurship, and innovation. The position was contained in a statement issued by the U.S. Mission in Nigeria today, following an event held to celebrate Nigerian alumni of various exchange programs. According to the mission, the event formed part of activities marking the 250th anniversary of the United States independence, while reaffirming America's commitment to partnerships built on mutual benefits. The mission also explained that the exchange programs were designed not only to expose participants to educational and professional opportunities in the United States, but also to equip them with knowledge and networks that contribute to Nigeria's development. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has unveiled a new online self-service portal that allows eligible Nigerians to register for a permanent voter card, PVC, transfer voting locations, and update personal information and replace lost or damaged voter cards. The Commission disclosed this today, July 14, 2026, as part of its ongoing continuous voter registration (CVR) exercise ahead of future elections. According to INEC, the portal enables first-time voters to complete their registration online using their mobile phones, including biometric capture, without physically visiting an INEC office. The electoral body said applicants can begin the process by visiting the INEC self-service CVR portal, creating an account, and verifying their national identification number, NIN. The National Health Insurance Authority, NHIA, has reaffirmed its commitment to expanding access to quality health care for vulnerable Nigerians through targeted financing programs, saying the country's pursuit of universal health coverage, UHC, extends beyond increasing health insurance enrollment to building an equitable system that leaves no one behind. The NHIA said its interventions anchored on the Basic Healthcare Provisions Fund and other specialized programs and designed to improve access to essential health services while protecting poor and vulnerable households from catastrophic healthcare costs. The NHIA disclosed this in a statement it issued today. It noted that the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, BHCPF, remains one of the key pillars of the federal government's strategy to strengthen primary health care and provide essential health services to vulnerable populations across the country. The authority said it is implementing additional financing initiatives to support the ongoing Nigeria Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative aimed at improving healthcare delivery nationwide. We shall now take a short commercial break. Please stay with us.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care with 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care for your shade of beautiful.
Alert! Today's car just pulled in.
What is new? Why are people staring at me like this? Wonderful.
How about now?
See these jokers. So you want hide better thing from your uncle?
New Pure Bliss Gold, now in 3 delicious flavors for your delightful indulgence.
Pure Bliss Gold no dey hard.
When pain dey hammer me for back, na 2 tablets of Panadol Extra I go take. Panadol Extra get the kind of rishi for extra pain relief wey dem don put for inside am, and e be one wey dem don confirm for clinic say im be ogbonge medicine for pain wey dey tough. For fast relief from pain wey tough pass, like headache, toothache and muscle pain, I don carry waka from pain be that, come tanda down to help people dem wey need me. Kia relief from pain wey tough.
You're welcome back. The governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has called on the United Nations, UN, and international human rights organizations to investigate the abduction of school children and teachers in Esiele and Yawota-Orire local government area on May 15. The governor made this known while speaking in a broadcast transmitted on BCOS and Oluyole radio station after receiving the rescued pupils and their teachers in his office in Ibadan, the state capital, on Monday. Makinde said the circumstances surrounding the incident are sufficiently grave and unusual to warrant independent scrutiny. He speaks further.
I thank the people of Oyo State for their patience, resilience, and cooperation throughout this difficult week, especially those whose daily lives were disrupted by the security measures and curfews that became necessary in the interest of public safety. The reunion of these children and teachers with their families does not mark the end of this painful chapter. It marks the beginning of another responsibility. I therefore, with a full sense of responsibility as the Executive Governor of Oyo State, call on the appropriate international human rights and accountability mechanisms, including those within the United Nations system, to closely examine the facts surrounding this abduction and the circumstances of its resolution. Reassurance for our people and restoring public confidence that every Nigerian child can go to school without fear. To every parent across Oyo State, let me assure you that your government has heard your fears. We will not relent until every lawful step has been taken to make our schools and communities safer for our children.
The 44 rescued victims of the May 15 attack in Orire local government area of Oyo State arrived Lautech Teaching Hospital, Ogbomoso, on Monday evening to further their treatment. Recall that the survivors, a principal, 4 teachers and 39 students were handed over to Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, by the General Officer Commanding GOC 2 Division, Nigerian Army, Major General Chinedu Nebiefe on Monday, July 13, 2026, after first medical treatment at Odogbo Cantonment Medical Center, Ojo, Ibadan, the state capital. BCOS correspondent in Ogbomoso, Aderemi Akomu, was at the Lautech Teaching Hospital. His report is presented by Bimbo Akombi.
In a bid to further the medical treatment of all rescued victims of the May 15 attacks, Oyo State government on Monday evening conveyed them to the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology Teaching Hospital, Ogbomoso. The government delegation led by Oyo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Honorable Segun Olaiwola, arrived at the hospital around expressed delight over medics and equipment at Lautech Teaching Hospital, noting that this will aid quick recovery of the victims.
We are very happy, we are very satisfied with what we've seen here. The facilities are okay, top-notch, world class, and the medical personnel in place are...
The son of Ogbomoso land, His Imperial Majesty Obagandi Afolabi Olaoye Orumogege III, led other royal fathers like Alajawa of Ajawa, Oba Thompson Oyetunji Olumole II, Alapa of Okinapa, Oba Professor Akinola Akintola, and Onishapa of Ishapa Kingdom, Oba Bolaniwa Olajide, to the hospital. Professor Wole Alamu, husband of the rescued principal, and other families of the victims were sighted at the premises of the hospital.
The lawmaker representing Orire State constituency, Honorable Johnson Ogundele, has called on the federal government to take full possession of the old Oyo National Park to curb insecurity in Oyo State. Honorable Ogundele stated this while featuring on BCOS Current Affairs program Kutu High on Tuesday. According to him, the old Oyo National Park that cuts across over 10 local governments in Oyo State is contributing to various forms of insecurity in the state. Honorable Ogundele noted that illegal mining activities is also going on in the park, hence the use of illegal arms and ammunition by the criminal elements. The Orire lawmaker said the federal government should collaborate with state governments if they know they cannot secure the large expanse of the old Oyo National Park. The Oyo State Police Command has recorded another breakthrough in its ongoing efforts to combat crime and the proliferation of illegal firearms across the state. A statement by the Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Ayola Adeola Yinka, says operatives attached to the Bodija Housing Police Division intercepted 3 men riding a Bajaj motorcycle during an intelligence-led stop-and-search operation along Osuntokun Avenue, Bodija, Ibadan, at about 9:30 on the night of Saturday, 11th July. The statement explains that during the search, one of the suspects threw a small bag into a nearby drainage while 2 others escaped with the motorcycle. One of the suspects, identified as Hamed Latif, was arrested at the scene. Police say a search of the discarded bag led to the recovery of a locally fabricated pistol, 1 live cartridge, sachets containing substances suspected to be tramadol, and a passport photograph believed to belong to one of the fleeing suspects. The command says investigation is ongoing, while efforts have been intensified to identify, track, and arrest the fleeing suspects. The Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, CP Abimbola Olugbenga, has reaffirmed the command's commitment to proactive intelligence-led policing and appealed to residents to continue providing timely and credible information to support crime-fighting efforts across the state. Oyo State Police Command has secured the safe release of an abducted farmer, Mr. Owade Matthew, following a coordinated security operation. Mr. Owade was abducted on July 12 along the Igbojaye Budoare bush in Oyo State. According to a statement by the police public relations officer, DSP Anyolade Olayinka, sustained investigative efforts and the intense pressure mounted by a joint security team forced the kidnappers to abandon the victim, who regained his freedom on the evening of July 13. The statement says the victim has been taken to a medical facility for evaluation and treatment, after which it will be debriefed by investigators to assist ongoing efforts to identify, arrest, and prosecute those behind the abduction. The Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, CP Abimbola Olugbenga, commended other security agencies, community members, and residents for their support throughout the operation. It reaffirmed the command's commitment to protecting lives and property and ensuring that criminals have no safe haven in the state. The police also urged members of the public to remain vigilant and continue to prove timely and credible information to support ongoing security operations. Another timeout. Don't go away.
You want to spend this much on hair? Since your landlord just increased rent.
I saved for this one separately on money points.
No, you say you save on money points?
Yes.
This madam money points here, the array of your dryer there is target savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub is fees savings money points I used to do it. The salary of this my staff is save as you transact.
Jennifer, money points.
Oh, you go give your money to Hadaku to save. You see money points account there. You know go open a hack now.
Thank you for staying with us. The state governorship candidate of the Allied People's Movement, APM, Honorable Bimbo Adekombi, has continued his familiarization and thank you tour across the state's 33 local government areas with a meeting of party faithful from Ibadan North and Ibadan Northeast Southeast federal constituencies. The gathering held.
The familiarization and thank you tour took a carnival-like dimension as party faithful trooped out in large numbers of venues at both Ibadan North and Ibadan North East Southeast federal constituencies. Addressing the crowd at both venues, chairman of the APM, Otuba Adegbero Fagbemi, alongside the chairman of the APM PDP Alliance, Honorable Dayo Gungbero, described the party electing candidates was aimed at preserving the unity of the party and preventing divisions that could have arisen from primary elections. The leader said the party members at the grassroots appreciate their support and strengthen party structures. That the party's candidates will remain grassroots mobilization and canvass more members for the party, expressing confidence in the quality of the candidates presented for elective positions. Speaking, the APM governorship candidate, Honorable Bimbo Adekombi, acknowledged the critical role of grassroots members in the growth and electoral success at the polls. Party faithful, assuring them that the confidence reposed in it. He also pledged pioneer. Among party leaders and political office holders from the two federal constituencies turn out to receive their party candidates at each of the venues.
The Nigerian Justices of the Peace, Oyo State Chapter, successfully convened
aimed at consolidating the organizing executive.
My functions, honestly, to the delivered the peace, execution of their responsibility. The unveiling of the official flag by the association highlighted the significance of its colors and promotes justice. He further committed to working closely with the government to enhance grassroots peace-building initiatives and dispute resolution mechanisms, thereby reducing conflict and fostering enduring.
My first priority list is to have a well-disciplined body to show being disciplined, being coerced together, and being enlightened.
At the event, Chief Kumi Idowu highlighted the decreasing court case volumes. He counseled the newly elected leadership to emphasize members' training and maintain adherence to the law, while Chief Abimbola Adekunle expressed faith that the newly administration will capitalize on the past triumphs and further solidify the association.
They must be keeping the members. He who hates education hates life.
Before you can be chosen, it's not by lobby, it's by government recognition. The society must have acknowledged you as a leader. The government can.
NJP, Reverend Ambassador Rachel Oyedemi, urged individuals with demonstrated integrity who are keen on serving their communities to consider joining the association. She also encouraged the newly sworn-in executive to demonstrate transparency, fairness, and dedication in their leadership. As the newly executive of past administrations and further fortify the association's dedication to justice, peace, and service throughout Oyo State. Oyeshile Oloyede, BCOS News.
A Thanksgiving service has been held in honor of the newly appointed Oyo State Head of Service, Dr. Adenike Fashino, at the Truth Church of the Living God, Panoda, Pata, Beokuta Road, Ibadan. The service marked the climax of Thanksgiving organized by the church since the appointment was made public. Staff reporter Adebayo Abdurofi was there to bring the details.
The new Oyo State Head of Service, Dr. Adenike Fashina, was sworn in by the State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, on Monday, the 15th of June, 2026. Speaking at the Thanksgiving service on behalf of the state government, the Deputy Governor rewards of diligence, integrity, and commitment to public service. The career profile of the new Head of Service demonstrates the limitless possibilities available.
And to earn a PhD is not a joke.
The Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly dedicated service.
It's something that's brought us great joy, especially to.
She has also put her mind at doing her best at whatever is given to her. It has been wonderful.
Family members, church members, and former colleagues paid glowing tributes to the celebrant, describing her as humble, compassionate, and a pillar of while gospel artist, evangelist Ayomide Pokuola and his band ministered in songs. Piece of Head of Service was made possible solely by divine grace. She revealed that although she initially considered postponing the thanksgiving of the victims, turned her reservations into joy.
It's not that I'm special, it's not that I'm better than others, but just counted me worthy, and I return all praise unto him.
I work in the ministry. She has received an award as the best worker in a year. That was a year she received the award.
At the reception held afterwards, the secretary to the Oyo State government, leadership qualities, expressing confidence.
She has put up a lot of head of service.
The event featured presentation of gifts by the celebrant's mother, retired heads of school, and other well-wishers. Dignitaries at the event included former head of service and former secretary to the Oyo State government, Chief BC Adeshola, former head of service, Alaja Amde, traditional rulers, and the Rua Indigenous Forum to celebrate the new head of service. Adebayo Abdurofi, BCOS News.
Members of Christ Apostolic Church, CAC, Arogungbugum International, Olunde Ibadan, have celebrated the church's 30th Founders' Day anniversary with thanksgiving and a renewed commitment to the service of God. The anniversary-themed Wonderful God featured thanksgiving, prayers, and reflections.
That to commemorate the 30th founder. In his message, the president of Christ Apostolic Church in Nigeria and overseer, Pastor Henry Ojo, described the anniversary as a testimony to God's faithfulness, noting that Governor Seyi Makinde and security current challenges. 1996, following divine instruction, he will counter the physical and spiritual challenges encountered over the years, attributing the church growth, survival, and impact entirely to God's grace.
All the church leaders, they should not afraid of persecution in the faith of God, and they should not be afraid of their challenges or what they will face. They will overcome.
In his remarks, the chairman of the anniversary planning committee, Evangelist Olushina Olapoju, has grown steadily through unity, obedience, and unwavering dedication to God's work.
We should God. We should keep on praying in the midst of insecurity and economic. Keep on praying for the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the governor of Oyo State, and Seyi Makinde. Keep on praying for them.
We shall now take a short commercial break. Please stay tuned.
When you choose from premium to mold, smooth to swallow, Tube's first choice. Scrubs, but underarms only get deodorant? That's why our new breakthrough formula contains pure hyaluron and vitamin C to deeply care for your underarm. Try the new Nivea Derma Control.
Thank you for staying with us. Over now to Sports Desk.
Good evening and welcome. I am Victor Pone, here to take you around the ever-exciting world of sports.
We start with the news that the National Sports Commission has uploaded Nigeria's under-18 men's basketball team after they secured qualification for the 2026 FIBA under Burkina Faso. The junior ticket to the continental teams who will compete at the tournament host Burkina Faso, having earlier defeated Benin 96-35 and 101-43, as well as Burkina Faso 98-54. The three-team tournament featured Nigeria, Benin, and Burkina Faso after Liberia withdrew before the start of the competition for their outstanding performances and urged them to continue developing their talents. Now to football, where Brighton have signed Croatia defender Lutin who turned down last month in 2025 from Hajduk Split after agreeing a deal with the Premier League club 2 years earlier. He was sent out on loan to Hamburg shortly after arriving at Spurs and made 30 appearances for the German club last season, scoring 6 goals in the Bundesliga. Brighton head coach Fabian Ursula said the club has followed the highly rated Vusković's career closely. The latter replaced Netherlands centre-back Jean-Paul van Hekke in Ursula's squad, who has moved in the opposite direction as Slaven Bilic as the Dalic. Dalic played in the Croatia team that were beaten by eventual winners France in the semi-finals of the 1998 World Cup, and he made 44 appearances for his country. His first stint as Croatia manager resulted in 42 wins, 15 draws and 8 defeats from 65 matches. Bilic has managed a number of clubs including West Ham United, West Bromwich Albion and Watford in England, while most of his recent job was at Saudi Arabia's Al Fateh during the 2023-2024 season. We wrap up with the sad news that Dutch football referee Rob de Pering has died weeks after he was dropped from officiating at the World Cup following a police investigation in the UK. De Pering had been selected to be a video assistant referee VAR official at this summer's tournament, but was removed from FIFA's list of World Cup officials in May. The 38-year-old was arrested by the Metropolitan Police in April following a report of a sexual assault against a teenage boy, but the case was dropped because of a lack of evidence. The Netherlands Football Association, the KNVB, said they were shocked and deeply saddened by De Pering's death. His cause of death has been undisclosed.
And that's your sport update on news around the world. I am Victor Pune. Thanks for watching.
On the foreign scene, Thailand's death toll from a devastating fire at a music bar in Bangkok has risen to 30, prompting police to launch an investigation into possible negligence and safety violations as authorities work to determine the cause of the tragedy. Foreign Desk Editor Folashade Akintola compiled the story and others as presented by Bimbo Akombi.
Thai officials said on Tuesday that 24 people remained at Rong Bea Na Lat Prao bar in the city getting the cause of the fire are probing whether the bar management followed safety regulations. Authorities say an electrical short circuit in a ceiling air conditioner could have triggered the fire in the pub, which underwent a safety inspection in April. Royal Thai Police Chief Keith Harath Poonpech said the country's internationally recognized government said its air defenses dealt with the missiles and no casualties were reported. The Houthis had struck the runway of Sanaa's airport. The strike was claimed by escalation in the largely dormant conflict between the Houthis and Saudi Arabia since an informal truce took effect 4 years ago. Yemen has been devastated by a civil war that began in 2014 when the Houthis ousted the government from 1,000 people dead and triggered one of the world's worst humanitarian crises, with more than 22 million people in need of some form of aid, according to the United Nations. Lebanon and Israel have resumed talks in Rome, with Beirut hoping for progress towards securing an Israeli withdrawal from southern Lebanon under a United States brokered deal, although expectations for swift progress remain low. Officials from both countries began 2 days of meetings at the U.S. Embassy in the Italian capital on Tuesday to discuss how to implement the framework agreement aimed at ending the war in Lebanon. Lebanese officials told the Reuters news agency for guided the Lebanese delegation to demand the immediate